Page 30, Heavenly Aida, or however you say it. It's the name of an opera by Verdi. At the top of the page, they're introducing symbols for crescendo and diminuendo. These, I call them hairpins. Lots of people call them hairpins. It's not just me. I remember which is which because some people get confused. I read them like I read the music, left to right. So if the hairpin starts at a point, that's the soft part. As the lines get further away apart from each other, you get louder. Okay, so that's a crescendo. If the lines start away from each other, that's the loud part, and as the lines get closer together, come to a point, you get softer, and that's the diminuendo, and that's how I remember which is which. For instance, in the first line on this, in the second and third measures, you see that thing going out, so you're gradually going to get a little bit louder. How much louder? Well, here they're telling you, a lot of times they don't tell you how much to change. But here you're starting out soft, and in the fourth measure over you're medium loud. And so that's what you're doing. So in the second measure, you're starting it soft, and you're gradually getting a little louder until the fourth measure, you're medium loud. And then of course in the fifth measure, you drop back down to soft all of a sudden. You have to experiment on getting louder and softer because the tendency is to do it too soon. If anything, you want to hold off and do it at the last minute. So at the beginning of this, we start soft. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2. So you want that to be the loudest one of all. So you have to experiment with it. 1, 2, 3. 3. And then drop back down. Then do it again. 2, 3. Now stay there. And get louder. And this is louder still, loud. Now we're going to get back down to soft. And that's sort of what's going on there. When you get to the third line and you got that crescendo, all right, you're already medium loud. There's not a lot of difference between medium loud and loud, all right? So what we typically do in music, not just piano but music, is when we run across this sort of crescendo or decrescendo in this, we'll adjust where we're at so we have more room to change. For instance, I'm medium loud at the end of the second line, or at the beginning of the third line. I'm medium loud, and I want to be loud 2 measures later. Not a lot of difference, but what I can do is I can drop down to like a medium soft, so I got more room to grow. The fingering for the right hand is, if you know the C major scale, that's basically what it is at the beginning. You're starting here. You put the thumb on F. You're not playing the whole scale, but you're using the fingering to get you where you want to go. Then back down, spread your hand out so you can reach that middle C at the last measure, the first line. And do it again. And then spread your hand out to the D. Okay. Now, starting at rehearsal 13, you're here, then second finger on the A, 4 on the C, 3 on the B flat. I recommend a 2 on the G, just bring it to, and a thumb on the C. It just means you don't have to cross over that way. There. In the left hand, you're basically here. Just in the last line, the left hand, you're starting out, first 2 measures are there again. Now the last note in the second measure is with the second finger, so you're here. And then fourth finger on the F sharp. And then 4-2 on the G B flat. Yes, it's a B flat. There's a B flat in the key signature. So be aware of that. Something we need to understand about piano, the instrument itself. Once you push the note down, you don't really have a lot of control on louds and softs, all right? The piano takes over. So the last 2 measures, in the right hand you play that F, It's tied over. You're going to hold it down for 6 counts. It dies away on its own, okay? But you can't make it get soft. It's going to do it itself in its own time. You know, it's like it'll do it when it's ready. So what we do to accommodate that decrescendo, that hairpin coming down, is we use the left hand to help us out because the left hand has notes. So we make each note in the left hand a little softer. And that gives the illusion of the right hand is getting, right? So it's here. So you make die away in the left hand. There. And it helps the listener make, in their mind, they make the right hand get softer too. So starting at rehearsal 13 and both hands were loud here. So I die away in the left hand, and it makes it sound like the right hand is dying away too. It is dying away, but it's not dying away fast enough. So the left hand is giving us that illusion that it is. So this is in 3/4 time. Let's give us 3 counts, and we'll play it together. Let's see if we can do this at 80. You're getting better, right? Start out with your right hand here, left hand here. Here we go. 3 counts. 1, ready, go. Off. There is a duet part at the bottom. I want to play that, and you play what we just played. In fact, we'll just do the same speed, okay? So I'll give us 3 counts. Let's play it together. Go ahead and put your hands where they go. There. And here we go. 1, ready, go.